What I would like to point out is we have these capabilities today that we didn't have 10 years ago. And the capabilities that we will have 10 years from now will be far different. And this comes down to three evolutions of abilities, the capabilities. Our intention has always been to process data as fast and as smooth as possible, right? Seamless, zero latency. So when you have this processing of data, the intention has been always that how do we process those data very fast and very smooth, right? If you are able to process those data, where do you process those data? When we are speaking on DevOps, MLOps, and AIOps, one of the things that we must consider is how it is that we stay relevant with the future of data processing. You can think about data processing as it is available today. How do we incorporate a pathway forward where future disruption doesn't mean end of the game? Future disruption means there's a pivot point. So you have to look at it from continuity of operations planning and vulnerability assessment. With all the steps in place, you are able to not only create a business justification where financially this product is viable, financially this return on investment is worth staying, but let's jump into MLOps, DevOps, and AIOps. What are some of the differences? Uh, if you are thinking about DevOps, it's because you know about DevOps. And if you know about DevOps, you know multiple layers and the frameworks that DevOps is contained within. Um, Not everybody does DevOps the same because not everybody's delivering the same. It's sort of going back to that statement about everybody has a problem, everybody doesn't have your problem. The DevOps has been one of these conveyor belts where we've been able to deliver a lot of these products and for different purposes and different scales. And of course, that goes into the conversation about agile. Agile is one of those methodologies that if you deploy it, you are able to not only deliver, but deliver continuously, deliver CI/CD method, right? Continuous integration, continuous development. But there's also CE, which is the continuous exploration. So if you are thinking about DevOps and thinking about MLOps, you really ought to think about MLOps, think of the blast radius being wider. That's because MLOps has a feedback loop issue, and that feedback loop issue is your data issue. So where you start with data and where you end up with, and the feedback loop that is continuing, that is not something that you really have to think about in DevOps, being CI/CD, being a feedback loop sort of, but this feedback loop with MLOps is a little bit more, could be problematic if it's not done correctly. So the idea of MLOps is the feedback loop and how the data is continuously on a feedback loop. And that's what makes MLOps MLOps. And of course, the AIOps has lots to do with interoperability and that feedback loop of AI repeating itself with other AI. So think about it from the perspective of where AIOps has been and where AIOps is going. And AIOps is going to be about the AI agent. And that is something that we really have to think through as we deliver MLOps product, right? Whichever is coming out through MLOps, we really need to have that integrated with this AI ops operation and really have to start doing data acquisition for these sort of purposes.